Well, I'm sitting here trying to enjoy my Apple Jacks, and I'm on ESPN.com, obviously looking at the top stories. The second top story is this thing even on? Word. um, it embarrasses me, people. I I try to see, you know, I try to see the side to both arguments when it comes to just about everything. And the Cleveland baseball team has certainly had some interesting conversations surrounding it. Obviously, if not exclusively, to do with the logo and the nickname. So, for something racist to happen to anyone, it just disappoints me that the Cleveland baseball team fans would act like this. I mean, I was devastated that Chief Wahoo was retired, and I can't explain why. That's just something I grew up with, despite how wrong it appears to people that aren't fans of the team. Like, I have friends that just simply couldn't understand it. And I didn't understand why they couldn't understand, right? But clearly, it's been a couple years. Excuse me, it's been a couple years now. And I've gone on record as saying I think it's ridiculous that the team still uses the nickname. If there's nothing even connecting the team to its nickname other than the nickname itself, it just seems so forced to me. But Yu Chang is an Asian. What? Before we make any, let's look up Yu Chang real quick. Yu Chang is a Taiwanese professional baseball player. Awesome. My old roommate is actually Taiwanese, is from Taiwan. So Yu Chang is a Taiwanese baseball player who's 25 years old, and he was born in Taiwan. And so last night he makes an error, I guess. I was not watching the game. I was watching Raw after WrestleMania, regrettably. And Indians infielder Yu Chang, this is from ESPN, doesn't say it's ripped from an AP source. This looks like there's no author to it, but it looks like it was posted by ESPN.com. So this is their writing. Indians infielder Yu Chang shared that he received racist messages on Twitter after his decisive throwing error in Cleveland's loss Monday to the Chicago White Sox. Chang tweeted early Tuesday morning, "Exercise your freedom of speech in a right way. I accept all comments, positive or negative, but definitely not racist ones. Thank you all and love you all. Hashtag stop Asian hate." What a fella this Yu Chang guy is. He makes an error, and he had people sending him racist messages on Twitter, and he still says, "Thank you all, love you all," before hashtagging his message to stop Asian hate. What that tweet in itself just really says a lot about this guy, I think, and I commend him for trying to remain positive in such a negative thing. Like, for that to happen, I wouldn't blame this guy if he went on a Twitter tirade and said, "You know what? How is it that during all of these social justice issues that we've been raising and making aware for more people, how is this still occurring? Really? I mean, how is it still occurring?" I wouldn't have blamed him one bit if he was angry, if he was bitter, because this is ridiculous. I think the fact that Cleveland baseball team fans have already come under fire for their ardent support of keeping the racist imagery. Not all of them, but some of them. I mean, people would literally dress up in red face and then protest the name change and the logo change. For those same people to now picture them going on Twitter, and two of at least the three people that messaged them, two people created Twitters for the sole purpose of messaging this guy racist stuff and then deleted him. For someone that doesn't necessarily have a life, get a life. There's just too many things that you could be doing. Literally anything besides going out of your way to send this guy racist and ignorant and just stupid stuff. Why feel the need to attack someone like that? I don't understand. I mean, he has personally done nothing to any of these people besides commit an error in a baseball game that doesn't warrant people to just go and be hateful and racist and ignorant towards this guy. Not to mention, my friend Jerry says all the time, "What game is this?" Like being sarcastic, like what game is this? Like there's 162 games. The Cleveland baseball team, what, they haven't even played 10 games yet. There's 152 plus games left, people. I mean, calm down. As much as I wanted to say the season was over after they lost opening day to the Tigers, clearly, a little bit of a rush to judgment. It's one game. No matter what you see in baseball, you always have to remember to yourself, it's one game. It's one game. Now, if that one game is in the playoffs, that's different. But essentially, before you get to the dog days of summer, before you get to August and September, those singular games, yeah, they might impact the standings here and there, but is it really worth going and saying all those things to you, Chang? It's not. Chang, who was playing first base, fielded Nick Williams' one-out grounder and tried to get Yasmani Grandal at second rather than step on first base for the second out. Let me repeat that. Chang, who was playing first base, fielded Nick Williams' one-out grounder and tried to get Grandal at second rather than step on first base for the second out of the inning. His throw hit Grandal in the helmet, and the ball ricocheted toward the left side of the infield as Madrigal raced home. Nick Madrigal. Chang is a native of Taiwan who has played parts of 3 seasons with Cleveland baseball team. He has primarily played shortstop and third base throughout his career. I thought he was a third baseman, and had never first base before the season. I think they missed a word there, and had never played first base before this season. So there we are. We're 10 games into the season, and people are ripping this guy, being racist towards him. He's never even played the position. This would be Carlos Santana's spot. And you know what? Instead of being racist and angry at players for making one mistake in one game in a 162-game season, you know what you ought to do? Take that anger and frustration and put it back towards the owners and the people that help run this team, because there is no reason that Yu Chang shouldn't even have been at first base. That's Carlos Santana's spot. Lordy. According to a recent report from the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism, hate crimes against Asian Americans have risen nearly 150% in major U.S. cities over the past year. Now, this wasn't I don't know, it wasn't necessarily a hate crime, but for the study of hate, and I mean, this is extreme behavior. If you're going on Twitter to create accounts to just attack people with racist messages and then delete it, that's extreme. I mean, this is the type of stuff that leads to hate crimes, and for my money, it's not a hate crime, but it's hate speech. It's just this guy didn't do anything to these people personally, and then to just make it all about race is just so disappointing. So disappointing. I thought. And I don't want to make it a political thing here because it's not. But I would have assumed that after the 2020 election, we would have moved away from the idea that race has been so politicized. Like, we could just go back to the idea that, oh no, literally we should just end racism. It has nothing to do with politics. And it does bring up something. I read an article from I think it's called the Daily Post. Who cares? It's some trash website that really doesn't know what they're talking about. They basically interviewed Aubrey Huff and explained that Aubrey Huff was uncomfortable revealing his conservatism while he was an MLB player because he would lose half his fan base right there. I don't think that to be true, but the way that they speak about it, they speak as though Black Lives Matter is a political issue, and it's not a political issue. It's a social justice issue. So in a roundabout way, they're basically saying, yeah, Aubrey Huff, he clearly doesn't support Black Lives Matter. And not that was that was like an actual movement while he was still a player, but it was very roundabout way of essentially saying, yeah, I don't f with Black Lives Matter, but I couldn't say something like that during my playing days, like, and like somehow tying it into like like they were really trying to push this idea that Black Lives Matter is a political issue, and I went ahead on Facebook and I just said straight up, like, Aubrey Huff cites Black Lives Matter as a political stance or a political issue or whatever, rather than what it is, which is a societal problem. It has nothing to do with politics. I don't care who you voted for. If you can't understand that Black Lives Matter, regardless of your political leaning, that there's something wrong with you. It doesn't have anything to do with who you voted for or what you believe politically. If you can't simply understand that concept, we as humans need to realize that in America, Black Lives Matter, and to stop Asian American Pacific Islander hate. If we can't understand those things, we're really screwed. We're really screwed. And again, like, I'm someone that's seen both sides of this. Like, as a Cleveland baseball team fan, I don't want my racist logo to go away. Like, I've been there, but I can tell you without a doubt that Black Lives Matter should not, is not, will not be a political issue. Moving forward, it is a societal issue. Stopping Asian American Pacific Islander hate is a societal issue. I don't understand how politics can become involved in a conversation like this. So I'm going to continue eating my Apple Jacks as they've gotten soggier and soggier over this live stream. But yeah, you guys, stop Asian American Pacific Islander hate. Realize that Black Lives Matter. And I'm sorry that if this made you uncomfortable, that like I'm revealing something to you that you didn't already know, but I almost put in my I didn't want to like actually make people upset. I was literally just reporting what I found because I'm a sports writer or whatever. I was literally only reporting what I found in this article from an athlete who was just saying erroneous things. But I almost put in the Facebook post, come on, white people. Not because come on, people. If I say come on, people, that's being so unfair to so many of us that understand what it is we're dealing with, a societal issue. But to say, come on, white people, that's really who we're dealing with. And look at this. Do you see how white I am? I might be I don't know if this is catching. I might be the whitest guy you've ever. Oh, there it is. I might be the whitest guy you look. I'm translucent right now. I'm the whitest guy you'll ever meet. And I can't understand it, people. I just can't. So, love you guys. And I mean that. Anyone that's watching, I love you. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the next one. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. If you don't understand, then maybe you never will. I was going to like say something. No. The message is what the message was. Deal with it. Have a great rest of your day.